Hello, my name's Kevin and welcome to the Love Decanters channel. So today I'm going to show you a video of my trip to Click Antiques in Northampton. Yep, it's a really good place. I go there quite a lot, even when I'm not filming. And yeah, and I did buy something. I didn't buy any glass. I bought this. So this actually wasn't for sale. I didn't realise it was only there for reference, and I took it up the front and said, well, how much is this one? They very kindly let me buy it. So anyway, yeah, so I see a lot of paperweights and I thought, yeah, I can't just keep pointing at these lumps of glass and going, yeah, I have no idea. I think that one's Medina. I just can't keep doing that. I've got to learn. So yeah, I bought this book and I've actually already bought one from eBay. I'm waiting for it. So yeah, I've been poring over this. And I'll pour over that one, and maybe I'll be going, oh, that one's Medina and that one is something else. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, and it's probably going to take me ages to catch on to values. And yeah, maybe I'll do a review of these books as well when the other one gets here. So with that said, let's get on to the video. Thank you. So today I'm at the wonderful Click Antiques, which is in Moore Street, just off Kettering Road. Moore Street's just a little side street. You can see the terrace houses, and you'll know you're here. One, they put signs out here. Where's the sign? Can I get it? No, it doesn't matter. Anyway, there's a sign out here. They've got this lovely binky wall, and there's a sign out on Kettering Road. So I've got permission to come in and film. So I've been told it's quite busy. So yeah, it'll be a bit cut up sometimes maybe. So we'll see how we go. Anyway, I'm hoping there's something nice and new in there. They told me it was busy. I can't even start in my normal corner. How terrible is that, you know? Anyway, so I'm going to start over here. But as you can see, this is what it's like. Careful not to catch anybody else, so I'm going to get on. In the corner here, there's no glass really. And yeah, but there is some nice interwar stuff. So look at this. It's early plastic, so that's probably 1930s with it's got a weighted base as well, with a chrome plated weighted base. So, you know, of the period, just even the material, the hand mixed plastic. You see that? And then, yeah, you don't get much more deco than that in the UK. And then there's another one, which is probably a cheaper one, but still nice. And look at these. This is so, you know, the colour is so 1930s. And yeah, these caught my eye when I came over here. Look at that. That's so cool. What's the price on it? £55. Mataloy silver. Period art pewter. So yeah, that's nice. So Art Deco. Look at the lines on it and everything. It's a bit of a success here in that when I was here last time there was a row of plum blossom vases up here, and they are all gone. So it's nice to see that someone's buying them. So I've come over to my favourite corner now, and there are some changes and some things the same, I think. This wasn't here last time. Looks like Stromberg's item. It's unsigned. Looks very like Stromberg item. It's even got, can you see a little bit of colour, not quite super clear. That is something that they do. So I feel it is. It's not signed though, and it usually is. This is Thomas Webb. Oh, it's signed. Let's see. Signed Webb. Can you see that? If I put my finger behind it, will it? No, it won't. Let's put it over here against the black. There you go. Look at that. I'll check the date for that signature. So this is the fir cone pattern. Little finger bowl. The book I'm looking at here is British Glass, 1800 to 1914 by Charles Hajdamach, and in it it's got this little picture of Thomas Webb patterns. And yeah, the one we were looking at on that jug is where has it gone? This one here, Ribbonet from 1910, with these little chevrons, I suppose you'd call them, all joined together in rings. So yeah, that's the pattern that we were looking at. The book I'm looking at here is Glass Signatures, Trademarks and Trade Names by Anne Geffin Pullin. Yep, maybe I should not use this book because that's a bit of a mouthful. Anyway, so the pattern that's there by my finger, that's, or the mark I should say, that's there by my finger, that's the one I think we were looking at. And yeah, so that's 1906 to 1935, which kind of goes with my idea that, yeah, that looks more Art Nouveau in style than Art Deco. It might even be an Edwardian piece. So there we go for that little bowl. Why could you write Harvard on it? Harvard AMP. It's quite a classy thing, but it is an ashtray, which makes it less exciting. Oh, in the back here, the jug that's behind there, that's a Thomas Webb. Ribbonet is the name of the pattern. I know because I have one of those. In fact, I have piles of that in my kitchen. I can't get in there to see how much it is, but yeah, I like that design a lot. But yeah, that's what we use as glasses in my house. The book I'm looking at here is British Glass, 1800 to 1914 by Charles Hajdamach, and in it it's got this little picture of Thomas Webb patterns. And yeah, the one we were looking at on that jug is where has it gone? This one here, Ribbonet from 1910, with these little chevrons, I suppose you'd call them, all joined together in rings. So yeah, that's the pattern that we were looking at. So quick poke in my kitchen, and here is the same jug. I've also got pint glasses with the same chevron pattern. I have half pinters here. And then I have tumblers as well. And I've got four colours here. I've got this orangey one, sort of a brown one, sort of khaki coloured. This one's very clear. You can see the chevron. And then some bright green ones. So yeah, so that's the Ribbonet pattern. You'll see these around. So they're 1910, I think, to pre-war. I think the brighter colours, the orangey one and the green ones, are probably later. These look more your 1920s style colours, these khaki and brown. So there you go. Point out, so this tankard here is in brown, and this one's in a more plum colour. It's difficult to tell. I don't know if you can see it very well, but yeah. So there's two colours there, and also it comes in flint. So I've got one tankard that's in flint, and also I've seen a bright blue colour as well. A couple of decanters in the back. They're probably late Victorian ones. They're the cheaper ones that come out of a tantalus. You can see that even though they're pressed glass for start, I mean mould blown, I should say, and although the ball stoppers are faceted, they are cut, the neck's cut and everything, so it's not just total bad quality, but yeah, there's a pair of them. I do see these, and I've actually recently seen on eBay a tantalus with one missing. So, but if you had an empty tantalus, starter for 2 is good. Then you're only looking for 1. So I thought I'd have a quick pop onto eBay and show you what's about. So there's a little 2-bottle one, 3-bottle one with a sports compendium. You see the price range there. So that's kind of like low in the market. It's still got the key though. Key makes a difference. Yeah, and if I scroll down, you'll see some more. Occasionally they pop up with bottles missing, or like this one, you can see that's got an odd stopper, I think a whole odd bottle. So, and then there's one where there's just a bottle. And that is not a tantalus, that's a stand. You need to be able to lock the stoppers in to make it a tantalus. And there's one, see those ones are mold blown bottles. It's only £99 because it's a lower quality one. But you can see this little thing dangling here. I think that means it's still got the key. And there was one I saw, where is it? Yeah, so this is fancier. It's small though, and it's only got 2 bottles, but you can see the bottom half of the bottle is not cut. It's because it's got this bar across, so you don't normally see much of the bottom half. So there you go, tantalus. And yeah, there's this as well. I keep thinking these are Sabi, I'm not certain. But look at this, this is cool. This is cool. This looks very interwar with the Cupid and everything on it. And it's chrome, which was a new process then. So yeah, that's really nice. I can't see what was their price on it. £30, which is good because it's big. I mean, it's taller than my hand, so it's got to be 11 inches tall. Quite wide. So I thought I'd do a quick check to make sure I wasn't bullshitting. And yeah, so saying it was developed at Columbia University in 1924. So the process was developed. So yeah, and that's why in the interwars, chrome was a very trendy thing, and also post-war as well, because it was more shiny than anything else, and it was a new process, so it became a look. So there you go, chrome. Looking back here, these look interesting. It's got a ice cube catcher, pouring lip. They're a nice shape. I wonder if I can. They don't have bottles though, and they've got a cut rim. So yeah, these look very bohemian because of the way they're made. But yeah, I will try. So when I was editing this, I remembered that the jug is actually Krosno, and I did a quick Google and found, yeah, look, this is the shape of the thing. I have done other searches and found grey versions. And what's interesting here is something I didn't know. So there's this one here with the jug. Again, it's blue, but the jug's got a clear handle. And then this glass here, hang on, can I get my finger in the picture? There, it's got a little pink label next to it. So, and then the page I was looking at also had this extra label, Jaffe Rose. So, I don't know, I did try to look that up. I didn't find anything, but it's just another clue in the puzzle of trying to find out who made what without any book references. And it says 1970s on some of these, which might be true. I don't know. I'm going to have to try and hunt down some catalogues or whatever. I'll do my best. Look at this. This is super cool. Very 70s looking. Yeah, I don't know. I don't recognise it. It's got Pontle mark. No, it's got a bit of wear. Can you see? Just a little bit there. Can you see it? I don't know if you can. It's cased orange with clear over it. It's very difficult to tell. If you can just get it at the right angle, you can just see that there's clear on the rim there. Yeah, it's very nice. And how much does he want for that? 25. I will see if I can find that. I now have some references for some Czech makers. Krisibo, I think it is, or something. I've got some catalogues. I'm going to see if I can find these. These look very like what I've seen in the catalogues. It may not be, because there's so different people doing these kind of things. But I did say I'm going to try and learn these things. And so that will be my start, see if I can find these ones. So I'm looking at the 1999 catalogue for the Bohemia Crystal Glassworks Kribska. That's it. Anyway, there it is, in the same colour as well. This is the one that was the furthest away. You can see with the little hands meeting up, praying. So that's that one. So they were making these in 77, because I've got two catalogues, 99 and 77. And it was only in pale blue at that time. But yeah, so somewhere in that time, they started making these ones. The other vases there with where the two bits overlap each other is not in either of these catalogues, but it does look like it's out of the same stable. So it might be, it might not be, you know. Details count a lot for sometimes, especially when there's lots of people making similar things. So I think they're both Czech. And yeah, so it probably is, it counts as vintage, because I suspect, although this is a 99 catalogue, I would expect it's more than 25 years old. So, at least the design is anyway. So there you go. I was going to jog on, and then I realised this is glass. I've never seen this before. It's super psychedelic 70s, 60s maybe. Oh yeah, it says psychedelic. There you go. It's got a plastic stopper. Does that come off easy? No, it's still, that probably means all the little things inside that which hold it in are probably all there, which is good, because quite often they'll break up and then the top gets really loose. So yeah, that's an interesting thing. I've never seen it before. I have no idea. Have a quick, yeah, check underneath. That stopper's not coming out, so I don't have to worry too much. It's got a funny, that looks like a Japanese mark or Chinese or something. Yeah, interesting. You know, I'm a sucker for things that are of their period. I don't mind what that period is too much, as long as it's well, you know, that is going really deep. So yeah, I'll move on a bit. Just seen this here. I think I might have seen this before. I've been a few times. Otherwise, yeah, that cutting is like Irish glass. Question is it old? Is it old? It's got a bubble in it. It's £4.50. Yeah. The problem is, I have a lot of pedestal salt boats. I don't have one like this, but I'm kind of questioning, is it period or not, you know? Is it Regency, Georgian-y kind of period, or it's probably actually a bit later than that if it's just with the kind of cutting that's on it. It's very steam powered, so I don't think it's Georgian. But yeah, £4.50. I don't know. Let me think on it before I go splashing any money and getting into trouble. I don't know if this was here before, but no, there's no mark. Slag glass ring holder. So this is called slag glass. Well, you can see they've mixed colours, and it is pressed. Looks very pre-war. It's nice though. Yeah, I'm not supposed to collect pressed glass. That is nice, and the colour is a very interwar colour. I'm going to put that back. Oh, put that back on it because that was on it. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. So I just wanted to show you how sometimes my searching goes. So I kept adding more and more words. I think I ended up with green slag glass ring holder hexagonal, and I ended up with this, which is actually, there were other ones, but this is the one that's out the same mould. You can see here where it's got this little bit here and there. Yep, it's exactly the same as the one I was looking at, only this one's in uranium glass. The problem here is that if I can I go back? Yeah, what does it tell me? Vintage green glass, and that is about all of the information. So this was for sale in 2017 according to that photo, and it's £3. So yeah, it's not very valuable. I think it's probably nicer as the slag glass version, but yeah, this is how it normally goes when I say yeah I'll look that up. I either don't find it at all, or I find something like this which is not useful. What it does tell me is that it's not a very common item, because yeah, something should have popped up more than this if it was more common. Just spotted this. I'll cross this off first. I think that's a piece of case nest, but this, what's it got? Elegant vase, £10. So this is Czech. This is Franz Wald from the 20s and 30s. You can see it's cased. You can see it's white inside. Nice pink stripy pattern. Clear handles. It says it's an elephant vase. Are those elephants? I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, that's cute. And £10 is cheap. Got a little Bohemian tankard here. You say, love the giver. So this is cased. So this is oh, it's got a chip. It's like a flashed, sorry, not cased. So they will have done this with a lacquer or something, I think. So what's he got on it? £3.50. Yeah, so he's recognised that it's, yeah, he's got AF. So it's cute though, and that'll probably be late Victorian, I suspect. I've spotted something interesting in here. And what makes it interesting is, you see these lines here? Let's see if it is what, oh yes it is. Yes it is. So this, yeah, and it's got holes, so okay, so I know what this is. Yeah, look at that. It's the screw top. Look at that. That is so rare and unusual. Let's get that back on before I have an accident with it. Go on, get back in. I'm going to have to put it down to put it back in. So I'm back with it now. I've put the lid back on, got the label the right way round, and he says glass after late Georgian. It's a sugar sifter, so you can put sugar, powdered sugar in there and shake it on your cakes and whatever. £35. I've not seen anything like this before with the screw top. It doesn't look to be enough wear or damage or anything for it to be as old. It might be Victorian, or it might be pre-war. It's not Georgian. It's just not enough wear. But it's a cute, quite a rare thing. Bunch of paperweights here. I have bought a book on paperweights. If it's any good, I'll review it. But yeah, I will share my knowledge on those if I learn anything from it. What's funny here is you've got this little chickie here, and then you've got this little chickie here, and then there's a glass one. Look at that. Chicken pie dish. Does he know? Reborn, blah, blah, blah. Polish amber glass chicken egg storage. Yeah, maybe. So I'll try and see if I can find that. He thinks it's Polish. I'm going to have a closer look at it. No, there's no marks on it, so I'm going to Google that. I wonder if it is for egg storage. Oh no, maybe it's not for chicken pie. Anyway, it's quite cute. I'm going to try and find out. So after Googling glass chicken egg holders, this appeared. And this is the same mould. You can see it's got like a double band feathers just here at the tail. You can see the internal structure piece that the other one had. So this is the same, only, yeah, so they're saying Poland as well. But look at that. Look at that. What the? And, yeah, so down here, here's another one. And yeah, look at that there. Whoa. So I'm going to stop this and just see if I can do a search on sold ones and see if that's what they make. So looking at what they sell for, there's a blue one for 55. Yeah, I don't know, but that one doesn't look quite right compared to the others. This white one, and the white one seemed to be the most common. £30. There's another blue one for 59. So they do make. Oh, there's a blue one for 62, and here's an amber one for £39. There's a green one for 85, and then another. So the white ones are the most common. They seem to be the cheapest. Followed by the amber, then blue and green. So, £35, because I thought, oh, that's a bit, I don't know. But anyway, £35 seems to be a decent price for it. So I think this was here last time I was here. I couldn't find it, but I have more references now. So I'll make a more concerted attempt to find it. It's £25. When you look at the base, it looks very bohemian, but yeah, I don't know. Bit of carnival glass down here. What looks like a piece of Chinese art glass. Another piece up here. It's got cracks in it or something. It's got some sort of bubble or crack or something there. It's quite cool though. So I'm on the 20th Century Glass website and I'm looking in the catalogues, and this is the Sowerby catalogue for 1954. And we have this here. Okay, so if we look at it more closely, it's not the same. So with the one that we were looking at, all of these little projections were all the same size. This one, you've got a big one and a small one, big one and a small one. So it looks similar, but it's not the same. Also, these little crisscrossy bits, they're on every rib, so it's like a frieze that's running, a solid frieze that's running all the way around. So it's not this. There's a couple of other catalogues. I think this is in another catalogue, but it's like this. Now, the thing is, with pressed glass, there's no room for, how can I say this, for movement on the shape. This is what it is. So this is the closest. I've looked in a bunch of other catalogues as well, but this is as close as I can get. So probably the best I can tell you about that vase is, it's not Sowerby, but it's probably from the 1930s, and that someone, either Sowerby's copying them or they are copying Sowerby. So there we go. Maybe in another lifetime I'll find out what it is. Look at this cool decanter. Very interwar. Very bohemian looking. So £15. It's because it's small. It's probably less than a pint. So yeah, that's depressing that price there, I think. I think these are Davidson, what's the word? Chippendale pattern. No, not Chippendale. Jacobean. That's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, there's a lot of it in that pattern. The book I'm looking at here is Miller's 20th Century Glass by Andy McConnell. So this is the section with Jacobean glass. Remind you that there were 75 different shapes for Jacobean. So I can't find the exact shape, but there are little features. So the vase we were looking at had like a faceted base, I think with different number of sides, and it has these little rounded, so each one of the little squares that you've got has a rounded top like this. Let me show you something over here. Look, can you see here? Little rounded top on that. You can just about make it out there. That's what that is. The bowl has got it here, so you can see that yeah, the vases and the bowls and things have this rounded edge. I think there's one here. Is it going to focus? Focus. There you go. So you can see it's got this rounded edge. So yeah, so that's how you can tell it's Jacobean. It doesn't mean it's valuable though, because there's a lot of it. There's a lot of patterns. Green is a rarer colour. It's probably more valuable the fact that if it's uranium glass and it glows in the dark, that's where most of its value will come from. And we've got Victorian, probably mid-Victorian bottle decanter. Can you see if I pull back it off? That would have been in a stand. Huge Dartington band. It's fairly new. Look, the label is quite a newer one. The older ones have a little transparent label with a D on it. So what else is here? Bit of Arca Rock red in the back there. Don't know who made these other things. I think these might be Dima. I'll try and find them, but it's nice to see that actually there's two of the same pattern on there. So let's see, but yeah, okay. So there's no real catalogue I've found for Dima, but yeah, if you go online into eBay and search, it's not very valuable. You can see. So here is a box set of sherries, and you can see it has the same flower, gold rim, etc. So, but that's £5 for a set of 6. What they'll eventually sell for, they might not even sell, because it's not exciting stuff. It's mass-produced stuff. So, anyway, that's what we were looking at there. Look at this piece of Macintosh style bowl and jug and a couple of other toiletry things. I looked on the bottom, it's Royal Dalton. I mean, that seems, for such a cool, stylish piece from a good maker, £65 seems ridiculously cheap. Look, more paperweights. I've really got to learn more about them, because you see so many and I don't know what's good from bad. That's quite sweet. It looks a bit like a Dunhill lighter, a little fish floating in it. That's nice. But yeah, don't know who would have made that. A couple of nice things here. Pity they're not brighter colours. J.A.J. They had the, I can't remember what the name of the company was, but they have the contract to make, or the license to make Pyrex in the UK, and these will be from the 70s. Little cup holders. So these are Pyrex, so you can fill in with hot tea. And This is Miller's 20th Century Glass by Andy McConnell. So this is the cup we were looking at. It's saying 1969. What's interesting, you get a tighter date here because it says the handle was turned upside down in 1969. So the handle on the grey ones we were looking at is like this. So I presume when they say turn it upside down, it would go the other way. So the ones we were looking at are 1966 to 1969. Yeah, little things like that make a difference, because I presume these were made well into the 70s, but if you can say, yeah, it's definitely a 60s piece with those ones. Just above is this quite stylish Chance Brothers triangular dish. I'll see if there's a name for that. I don't know. Retro dish, gold edge. Yeah, it's Chance Brothers. I'm pretty certain. So yeah, I'll look that one up. It's like Spirograph, if you remember Spirograph. So Google's failing me. This is the triangular plate we were looking at. This is saying it's on Pinterest and it's saying Chance Brothers glass swirl, round and triangular. So that's failing already because this is not the swirl pattern. The swirl is like doesn't have this complex a pattern. But what I have seen, and I can't find it now, is I have seen the real swirl pattern in this shape, and yeah, I can't find any now, and I don't know what this pattern's called. So these appeared in swirl. I don't know what the pattern's called. I was hoping it would pop up, but no. But anyway, I'm pretty certain it's Chance Brothers. I don't know what the pattern is called. I have tried to find it, but the shape, I'm pretty happy that the shape is a Chance Brothers one. But then I can't find the swirl pattern in that shape. Yeah, it's a real pain, but this is how it goes. Look at this. Little tiny palm dishes like little animals. They're cute. I wonder, I can't see the price on them. They're 1984, 83, by Anita Harris. Dartington. So I will see how much they are. I'm going to ask. So back in my house, I have the palm dish already. In fact, I have 3. You can see they're designed to stack inside each other. There's a 4th one which is smaller than these. They look great even when there's only 3. I think it'll look even better when there's 4. They're more like a sculpture than something you would use. Yeah, so it was £28 for 2, which was a bit much for me. I know that middle one of them had the label in it still. Yeah, I only need 1. So yeah, that was a bit steep. And yeah, and they come in pairs as well. So I'll just keep looking. I'm not in a massive rush. So if I was feeling like I was in a massive rush, I'd have bought them. But yeah, look, doesn't it look cool? Yeah, I really like these. There's some nicer glasses in here. I think some of these were here last time, but there's some new ones. The little decanter in the back, I now recognise that. That is Baccarat. I think it's from the 1840s. It's sort of like a mixture of cut and press glass. This is the Decanter, an illustrative history of glass from 1650 by Andy McConnell. And the little decanter that we're looking at the back, the body of it is like this one here. Yep. There's another one here with the same body but with neck rings. The stopper's slightly different. But yeah, these are Baccarat. He's giving you dates here, 1825 to 35. Here it's saying a slightly wider date, 1823 to 38. So yeah, I think that decanter somewhere in there. You couldn't see it very well in the back of that cabinet. I have seen it before when it was in a slightly different place. So I know it's this one because I do go there when I'm not filming and I look at stuff. And yeah, but yeah, it's Baccarat and it's early 19th century. So cool. It's a nice little, looks like a very fine ale glass. I'm not sure if it is an ale glass, but the glass that's interesting to me is this one with the egg and dart pattern, or frieze I should say, cut stem, and look how nice triangular base. And it's £9. Oh, it's £9. So I think that might be either 1800, maybe older. I might get that out for a better look. This one, yeah, I'm less certain of this one. The stem foot looks a bit clean. The cutting looks, or this engraving here looks like a newer pattern. So this one will be early 1800s, I think. But that's the one that looks more late 1700s. So I decided against the egg and dart glass because it was chipped, and I have one already, and I just wanted to show you the pattern. This is what the egg and dart pattern is like. Yeah. So yeah, if I didn't have one, I might have gone for it even with the little chip, but as I do have one, I decided that's actually, pretty much, the same conical foot and everything. I decided not to. So this is an interesting cabinet here. This is a Scandi hoop vase. Yeah, I don't recognise it. Dartington. You don't see many of those. It's a newer one though, because you can see the label is the newer label. Bit of white friars. He's got the pattern number and the date on it, so he's had a good look at that one then. So I don't need to look that one up. It's pattern number 9727 from 1969. So what I learned from my last journey is that these are Chinese. They're nice quality, because I did have a good look at it last time, but they are Chinese. So I was corrected by the nice Mr. Sowerby, who really knows his stuff, that kind of art glass type thing. Then you've got a couple of Caithness little vases here. Strathern. I would have known that, but he clearly knows that. Flario Poli. Yeah, I don't know. I might try and look that up. Flario Poli Murano. I've been Googling Flavio Poli, and I've seen some things in the same colourway, like this here. But I've also seen some things that are clearly Romanian glass in here. So yeah, that means, I'm not going to swear, but it means not a lot, okay? So yeah, I don't know. I was hoping it would pop up as a finished piece and be exactly the same, but there's so much, and I've even seen some bits that I've been told are Chinese. I think those might be Chinese. So yeah, I'm not progressed on that one, even though I've got a name nothing's popping up with that name. The colourway that they use, if it is by that Flavio Poli, then it's probably going to be from the 60s or 70s, from the dates that people are putting in, but yeah, no wiser. This is interesting. It's a copy of a Georgian lidded urn. Yeah, it's a good copy. Yeah, it's quality, but it is a copy. The glass is just too fantastically bright. The cutting is too even. I'll show you the one that I have that's a similar shape, not quite as elongated as that one. But yeah, that's a copy. It's just too bright. And if I show you the one that I have, straight on the back of this, you'll see what I mean. So this is my urn that I have. I think this is an Irish one. Let me show you. It's just not as sparkly. You know, I've got a lot of light going on in here at the moment because I have studio lights, and it just isn't as sparkly. I mean, and also just look at that amount of wear. Look at that. Yeah, so I think this is a late 18th century one. But yeah, that is just, the whole base is just like one solid mass of wear where it touches the table. And yeah, and if I was to scratch my finger along here, you would see that that's just covered in little tiny little, you can just about see some of them. There's lots of little tiny chips on it, which is what you expect from this kind of age of glass. So yeah, so this is the real thing, and it doesn't compare. And it just so happens that I remembered that I'd seen something, so I have a book reference to show you. So this book is British Glass, 1800 to 1914 by Charles Hajdamach, and I think I found that urn here. I think this is what we're looking at. They're calling it a honey jar. I can't really read that number, it's too small. You can see how big it is compared to my fingernail. Oh, I think it might be 7085, might be the patent number. So yeah, this is by Hill Austin, 1934. So yeah, it's reproduction. You can see they were doing reproduction stuff at that time. And this is the reproduction stuff, I'll tell you, that was being made sort of like 1900 to 1940. So I've never seen this before. You can see, do you remember I've been telling you about the Dartington labels, the clear ones with the D on them? That's the label I'm talking about. But I've never seen this before. Yeah, any colours in there, it's completely clear that it comes from behind it, reflected. Yeah, I'm going to try and see if that's in my book to see. If it's not in the first 20 years, then that might explain why I don't recognise it at all. Cranberry bell in the back there, that's very Victorian. I'll move on. Some interesting bits and pieces here. This is a little Romanian ashtray, I think, pin dish, trinket bowl he's called it. Yeah, it's quite nice. He's got Murano question mark, and he was right to do that. I'm looking at the 20th Century Glass website, and here's your little Romanian trinket bowl. What's he called it? Ashtray bowl. So we don't know the dates, apart from that it's probably 70s or 80s or something like that, because it doesn't have a label which to allow you to try to pick different dates off it. But Yeah, that's what it is. I think mine actually has a, the one I was looking at there had a yellow colour ground on it, as opposed to this one looks like it's clear. I'm surprised this is still here after Christmas. So this is a bludgeon decanter, 1645 to 1665, I would date that. £10. £10. I'd have thought someone would have had that for Christmas, because it's a cool thing. It does have a chip here, but yeah, it's crapping well 150 years old. So what's going on? Anyway, yeah, people just not buying decanters, sadly. So, I think I've previously said that decanters are deeply unfashionable, and yeah, there's a I know it's got a chip on it, and that's the thing. It's not fashionable. So even though it's 110 years old, oh no, 150 years plus, that decanter we were looking at, yeah, £10 doesn't buy it because it's got a chip on it, and it's not even somewhere, you know, if you were going to use it, have it on your table, you wouldn't even really notice. It's only my, you know, eye for, yeah, I'm going to check all those things, makes me notice it. And yeah, it's bad. Well, it's not, it's sad for me because I collect them. I want everybody else to be enthusiastic about them. So with that said, I hope you really enjoyed this video. I will be doing more as we go through the new year, and yeah, so references will be in the description below, and obviously all the address and links to Click Antiques will be there as well. So please remember to like and subscribe. It really helps this channel, and thank you very much. Good night.